St. Brooke Medical Centre smells like bleach and stale coffee. I steady Trent with one hand and sign discharge forms with the other. Dr. Patel meets my eyes, not his. Maddie, I'm not diagnosing your marriage. I'm saying protect yourself. She didn't share his medical details. She just told me to lock down my money. I'm Maddie Carter. I pay the bills and I keep the receipts. In the hallway, Trent leans into me like dead weight. His sleeve rides up. A pale, roped scar flashes under the fluorescent light. He tells everyone he's too weak to shower alone. That scar looks like someone who lifts, twists, moves. I tuck the thought away. Outside, the Ohio air bites. I fold him into the passenger seat, buckle him in, close the door. My phone buzzes. Horizon Credit Union locks my screen with a red number. Withdrawal $420, 8:12 a.m. The balance line drops like a cliff. My thumb misses the sensor twice. I open the details. 2 ATM hits in 3 days. A card-present gas charge I didn't make, small enough to hide in a busy week. I look across the glass. Trent props his head against the window. Eyes closed, mouth parted. If this is love, why does my Horizon app look like a crime scene? I drive home on autopilot. Deadline, rent due in 4 days, insurance autodraft in 2. Bleeding plus timers equals disaster. First move, stop the bleed. Second, document the wound. I unlock the front door, drop my bag and go straight to the bedroom. Photo of the nightstand. Watch box, empty. Photo of the closet shelf. My vintage camera bag, still there. Photo of the laptop on the desk. Serial sticker, visible. I speak the timestamp out loud into a voice memo because the mind lies when it wants to. Numbers don't. Trent shuffles in behind me, breath loud now. I'm going to lie down, he says. Do that, I say, and keep shooting the room, corners, drawers cracked open, cables, chargers, transaction alerts on, daily caps set. If he sold my trust, he left a receipt somewhere. I just need to find it before the next withdrawal. I lock the bathroom door and sit on the tub edge with my laptop. Horizon Credit Union, freeze card. Daily cap, $20. Cash withdrawals blocked. Alerts to push and text. I set the cap so low it will scream if a stick of gum gets scanned. Next, Blue Harbour Health. Member portal, recent EOBs. 2 small claims at an out-of-network clinic across town. Same day, same provider number, both coded as evaluation. The dollar amounts are just high enough to feel real. The address doesn't line up with anywhere Trent said he went. Flag it for review, no email, no calls, just clicks and screenshots. Plan, not panic. Document, contain, confirm. I slide open the vanity, pull out 2 button cams and a doorbell cam from a drawer labelled Holiday Lights. They were supposed to be for Christmas porch videos. Now they're insurance. Living room cam nests against a stack of paperbacks. Lens the size of a paw. Garage cam tucks above a shelf brace. Doorbell cam replaces the old one. I set all 3 to motion push. A 4th camera, the kind that looks like a USB charger, goes into our bedroom outlet, facing the closet. An AirTag goes under the torn seam inside my vintage camera bag. I glue it shut with a strip of clear tape and lay the bag by the front door like an absent-minded habit. I learned to read claims at work. Today, it pays off. Trent knocks on the bathroom door. Babe? Shower's free, I say, laptop snapped shut. Countdown, 4 days to rent, 2 to insurance autodraft, 20 minutes until he asks for gas money. I need to be ahead of his next move by at least 1 step. The door closes. Water runs. In the mirror, my face looks like someone who stopped being surprised. The alerts start working like a nervous system. A test charge at a convenience store denies. The app chirps. Good. He'll hit a wall before my account hits 0. I circle the bedroom again and open my jewellery box. The heirloom watch case sits empty. My hand goes numb. The hinge gives me a thin line of grease on my thumb and I wipe it on my jeans. Timeline. When's the last time I wore it? Saturday brunch with Lauren. Photos prove it. Sunday laundry day. It should have gone back into the case. Trent handled laundry. He always insists. Efficient, generous, and apparently thorough. I call Citywide Pawn and Loan on Meadow Street. Hi, this is a long shot. Vintage women's watch, gold tone bezel, hairline scratch at 2 o'clock, blue leather band. Did someone bring one in today? Describe the clasp. Fold over, one button, slightly loose. Do you have a serial? I have pictures. Bring proof. Our cameras don't lie. I call the second Citywide near the freeway. I get a maybe. Bring proof. I call 3 more shops and leave messages. I open my photos. Saturday's brunch pic, my wrist in sunlight, the watch face clean enough to enlarge. I pin it to the top of a folder called Evidence. The living room cam pings my phone. Motion. I tap it open. Trent walks from the bedroom to the couch carrying a stack of 20s, counting in the open like no one ever told him math was private. He rolls bills with a rubber band. He bends, breathes, stands, walks, fine. No drag, no hand on the wall, no brakes. The timestamp freezes any argument for later. He pockets the cash and glances toward the front door, toward my bag. He looks away. Numbers tell the truth. Feelings can lie. My plan reshapes. I write it in a note like a grocery list. 1. Secure. 2. Surface proof. 3. Build a sting. The doorbell cam shows Trent stepping outside for a call. The audio catches pieces. Buyer. Later. Yeah. Clean title. He hates phone calls when I'm around. He also hates car chores. In the garage, the shelf cam catches his sedan nose out. A bin labelled MISC hides a parts box for his model, unopened. A sticker warns, keep with car. He's prepping a private sale. VIN, that's the lever. I shoot the VIN plate with my phone, texting it to myself with the subject car. On my laptop, I plug the number into listing sites. A hit lights up fast. Midtown Automart, East Lot. A seller lead ping, not public yet. Note, clean, cash buyer, preferred. The clock reads 1:42 p.m. I call Midtown. Do you have a grey compact with last 47309? Inventory moves quick, the receptionist says. You looking to buy? Just checking, thanks. A cash snapshot dated yesterday confirms he's been laying tracks. The app pings again. 380 attempted. Declined. He comes inside, eyebrows pinched. My card isn't working. Must be the bank doing a fraud sweep, I say. Happens near the first. You can get gas later, right? Text me the total. I switch to Blue Harbour and flag the 2 out-of-network claims with a note. Potential duplicate error. PDFs go to evidence. Sting or wait. Waiting lets him clean tracks. Sting locks him in. I choose Sting. Non-emergency replies 12 minutes after my text. Can you meet an officer at Citywide on Meadow at 3? Yes, I add. I'll bring photos, receipts, item descriptions, a decoy bag with an AirTag. I won't confront without an officer present. Affirmative. Detective Luis Alvarez will meet you. I count out $300 from a travel shoebox and drive to Horizon. I need 10/20s and time to write down the serials, I say. The teller slides the bills. I log each number, then dot a corner with pencil. Tiny, invisible unless you know. Back home, the cash goes into a decoy envelope, then into my vintage camera bag beside the AirTag. Photo of the bag, the cash, the dot. Evidence. I post a listing on the neighbourhood app. Vintage camera bag, cash only, meet at Citywide for safety. Within 20 minutes I get 2 nibbles and one, is this still available, from a number I recognise as Trent's burner. He used it last month to sell a lawnmower he found on the curb. He thinks I don't know because I never say the word. Time. 2:22 p.m. 38 minutes to Citywide. The doorbell cam pings. Trent steps out again, phone to ear. Half now, half later, buyers ready in 30. He thinks he's the clever one. I grab my tote, evidence folder, phone, charger, decoy bag, one wide shot of the living room. If anything moves while I'm gone, I want to see it. On a sticky note I write, "Do not corner him alone. Do not raise your voice. Let proof talk. If you can't prove it, don't say it." I stick it to my phone. As I lock the door, my wrist buzzes. AirTag movement. A pulsing dot marches from our street, then stops. The map shows a storage facility along the highway, tan doors like teeth. Safe keep storage, unit A17 flashes in my mind. I don't remember paying for a unit. Autofill could have handed it my name. I step inside the office. A17, is it active? I can't share account details. I'm the account. I slide my license. The attendant frowns at the screen. Signed last month. Wrong phone on file, I say. Please note that. She calls a manager. The manager says hard no to access. Fine. I don't need the door open to read a pattern. Back outside, the AirTag dot holds still inside the row matching A17. I update the dispatcher, then head home. The living room cam buzzes the second I unlock the door. Trent crosses the frame with my decoy bag over his shoulder, whistling the tune he reserves for when he thinks he beat the system. The garage cam picks him up. He checks himself in the mirror and backs out. The VIN glints. I follow at a distance. I'm not tail-trained. I let the AirTag do the work. Horizon pings. Attempted 60 at a gas station. Declined. Citywide Pawn sign rises. A patrol car idles 2 blocks away with light bars dark. 2:56 p.m. I park across the street and text. Here. Grey compact Trent Walker approaching. I'm in a silver SUV, staying put until Detective Alvarez signals. Stand by, they reply. Trent parks like parking is a reward, not a risk. He slings the bag casual, checks his phone, walks in. Inside, the light is flat. The clerk points me to a side counter. Alvarez enters in street clothes with another officer who looks like a customer. They split and reappear by the entrance. I wait for the mark. Trent sets the bag on the glass. Cash! I'm in a hurry. Alvarez gives me a small palm up. I step forward. Trent! He flinches. What are you doing here? 8:12 cash out, 11:35 my watch, 2:10 your call. Now the marked bills and the AirTag finish it. He laughs too loud. You're being dramatic. Bring proof, I say to the clerk, sliding the serial list across the glass. Your cameras don't lie. The clerk glances at Alvarez. Alvarez nods. Open the bag, the clerk says. Trent hesitates, unzips. The envelope sits on top. The clerk peels it open and fans the 20s, pencil dots like freckles. He reads a serial. I point to the same number on my list. Second matches, third, fourth. Alvarez's partner walks the stack to the back to copy, then touches a finger to his radio like a man with an itch. My phone buzzes. The AirTag map blinks. The dot pinged at safekeep 20 minutes ago and again 10 minutes ago. He stashed my things, then came here to spin up cash. The living room cam pushes a clip from last night. Trent sliding 2 of my lenses into a tote labelled Winter. Alvarez shifts. We're going to handle this outside, he says. We move in a slow triangle. Trent tries the smile again, and it falls off his face. The winter light makes everything honest. You withdrew, you pawned, you called. Then you walked in with marked cash, I say. You're insane, he says. You weren't sick, Trent. You were working me. Turn around, sir, Alvarez says. Trent opens his mouth. His shoulders lift. He turns. The cuffs click like 2 decisions made a long time ago. The second officer reads rights. Alvarez looks at me once, measuring if I need a minute. I don't. I need a finish. Trent twists to find my eyes. I did it for us. You did it to me, on camera. He looks away first. Alvarez nods to the clerk, who brings out the photocopy of the bills. Matches everywhere. Alvarez's radio murmurs. He listens. "We'll take a quick look at that storage unit," he says. "You're the lessee?" "In my name," I say. "A17. "Perfect, you can grant access. We'll document." The storage facility looks smaller with a cruiser in the lot. The desk attendant prints an access log. Timestamps stack like vertebrae. Move in last month, 2 visits this week, 1 at 12:07 today. I initial a consent form. We walk the hallway. My footsteps echo. The door has a shine where a hand rubs too often. My key turns. The latch lifts. Old plastic. Rubber. A whisper of coffee. My winter bin sits in the middle. Alvarez kneels and looks, not rummages. 2 of my lenses nest in a sweatshirt sleeve. The 3rd slot is empty. A pawn receipt will explain why. A keepsake box holds my grandmother's scarf, my graduation program, the empty watch case. He photographs it in place, out of place, lid open to show absence. The AirTag chirps from the vintage bag like it's proud. "Anything else that's yours?" he asks. "My childhood camera," I say. "The jewellery roll, half the slots are empty." He photographs. He bags lenses and the roll. The rest stays with a seal across the door. Chain of custody. Alvarez's radio again. "Bring the pawn receipts to booking," he says into the mic, then to me. "The cash in your bag and the watch sale give us teeth. Storage unit in your name, stronger. We'll flag the duplicate medical claims for review. Different track, same pattern." I nod. I don't need promises, I need paper. Back at the desk, I sign 3 forms and tuck copies into the folder. My hand doesn't shake. It feels busy and accurate. "2 things," Alvarez says in the lot. "Change locks tonight. Freeze credit." "I've got the freeze ready," I say. "I'll call Horizon again." "Good, you did everything right, you kept receipts." I drive home in the kind of silence that earns a name. A padded envelope waits on the porch from Midtown Automart. Appointment confirmation for a vehicle appraisal. Today, 3:30. I photograph it, then call. "This is Maddie Carter. Flag the lead and hold the note for an officer." "Done," the manager says. I open my laptop at the kitchen island. Horizon first. Preliminary credits posted pending investigation. Names, times, reference numbers go into a neat column. Blue Harbour next. Formal review request on the duplicate claims. The portal spits out a ticket. I drop it in evidence. A locksmith I booked online replaces 5 locks while I build a to-do. Credit freeze, new passwords, multi-factor, storage seal noted, case number pending, attorney consult tomorrow. A text from Evan lands. "No rush, coffee when you're ready." I reply, "Thank you." The house feels like a different map. Brookside PD emails, the case number, arrest completed, property impound initiated, victim services contact attached. Paper stacks on the island like a low wall. Victim services calls at 8 on the dot. "No contact order request can be filed today. We can walk you through it." Yes. Noon. Email printed. Alvarez texts. "Booked on theft and fraud. Initial appearance this afternoon. You'll receive notice." I block the time like a wall. The courthouse is a box with fluorescent bones. I find the line for protection orders and hold my folder like a map. A clerk slides forms. I check boxes, initial margins, staple copies. The judge grants a temporary no-contact order with a date for a full hearing in 2 weeks. No calls, no texts, no driveway appearances. Civil standby if he needs clothes. I sign and tuck it into the front sleeve. On the way out, a bulletin board lists legal aid clinics. I dial a number in the cold and get a 4 o'clock with a senior attorney. Citywide emails a receipt. Midtown confirms they've flagged the seller number and will hold the letter for pickup. I forward both to Alvarez. Received. The initial appearance streams on a grainy feed. Trent stands behind plexiglass with a public defender. eyes soft like the day we signed our lease. The judge reads charges, the DA recites marked bills, AirTag, pawn receipt, storage unit in my name with property, bail with conditions, no contact, stay away from the residence, surrender firearms if any, comply with the protection order, no property transfer. I mute the audio. Paper will say it cleaner. The attorney's office smells like coffee you can trust. She reads fast, asks narrow questions. How long have you been the only income? How much is in joint accounts? Whose name is on the lease? Temporary exclusive possession? Restitution? I answer in numbers. She sketches boxes. Filing today locks in dates. We'll request exclusive possession and deny spousal support based on fault. Attach the police report, pawn documentation, bank records. Restitution with the DA. Paper beats promises every time. I can do paper, I say. I thought so. You brought a binder. I sign a retainer and a sworn statement. She marks exhibits with stickers that make the folder look like a project I might have liked in another life. I ask about the civil standby. We'll schedule with PD and a narrow list. No electronics, no tools, no collectibles, no items from storage. On the drive home, my hands shake once at a red light. I hold the wheel until they stop. By 6 it's dark. Fine. Lights on, keep moving. Rice on the stove. Egg in a pan. Eat standing up. Wash the pan. Wipe the counter. Check doors once, then again. The outline that used to be his side of the closet is just space. Morning. The landlord answers on the second ring. I tell him there's a protection order. All rent will come from me. He says I've never been late. I ask for a new lease with my name only when the month ends. Let's talk then, he says. Time and date noted. HR checks in. Handling it, I say. Victim Services sends a resource list. Counselling, support groups, a class on financial recovery after domestic fraud. I sign up for the one that's purely practical. By late afternoon, the public defender emails my attorney to request a civil standby for Trent to collect clothes and work boots. My attorney replies with 3 windows across 2 days, a list by category and a note. No electronics, no tools, no collectibles, no items from storage. The PD accepts in 7 minutes. At 5, an officer stands with me in the doorway while Trent and another officer go to the bedroom with the list. He doesn't look at me, I don't look at him. He leaves with a duffel. The officer signs the inventory. I sign beneath. The door closes. The deadbolt finds home. I make a list for the next month. File taxes, change beneficiaries, update the emergency contact at work, call my grandmother about the scarf and tell her it's safe without telling her why it wasn't. I schedule a Saturday to clear the storage unit once the seal lifts. Bring coffee for the storage attendant who had to watch us file. In the weeks that follow, charges are filed, dates set, and property released. Restitution enters the ledger. Blue Harbour closes the duplicates. Horizon closes the fraud. Each notice says the only word that matters, closed. I keep the new notebook open on the table, a fine-tipped pen making clean boxes I can stand on. Rent date, insurance date, court date, storage pickup, password change. Each box is a rung. I climb without looking down. I shred spare copies of what I don't need and stack what I do into one folder with a spine I trust. The house holds quiet that doesn't ask me to apologize for it. I walk it once, lights off, locks set, screens armed. I sit with coffee and a page that says what comes next instead of who broke what came before. Document, lock down, call one pro, then move. Never fight feelings with feelings. Fight feelings with facts. When something doesn't add, don't lecture yourself back to sleep. Check. Write it down. Ask the question that gets an answer you can use. I slide my grandmother's scarf back into a drawer and close it softly. I write a line for the version of me who couldn't breathe 2 days ago. Keep the folder, not the story. Boundaries are not a punishment. They're an address where peace knows where to find you. People ask how you know where the line is. You know because you write it and then you defend it. You say no to the reenactment of the same day. You fix your locks. You freeze your credit. You take screenshots. You keep a folder instead of a speech. You choose who walks into your evening. You notice the difference between a promise and a plan. If this is you, if your gut keeps throwing flags while your mouth keeps making excuses, start small and concrete. Photograph what matters. Turn on alerts. Set a cap. Talk to one professional, a banker, a lawyer, a detective, a counselor who knows money and manipulation by their first names. Build your map with dates and amounts and names you can spell, then follow it. When someone says you're overreacting, point to the page. It's cold and I drink it anyway. If you were me, what's your first move? Install cameras, lock accounts, or set a sting. And why? When love collides with facts, which comes first for you? Compassion or proof? Heal first or give it a chance?